In this video, we're going to talk about the eval function, and the eval function is going to fix some problems for us, which we are going to talk about those problems as well. And also, we are going to talk about the behind the scenes and the nitty-gritty details of the eval function in this video. So here is the problem. As you can see, we are getting an input from the user, and we want to multiply that input by 2. So for example, here if I pass 5 and if I press enter, you can see the result is 55, which is not true, because actually it must be 10. But where is the problem? The problem is that the input function converts whatever you give to the input function to string. For example, here it is going to convert 5 into string 5, and then it is going to multiply that by 2. And as we know in Python, when you multiply a string by a number, for example, when you multiply this by 2, it is going to repeat this 5 2 times. So the result is going to be 55, not 10. And maybe you say, oh, there is a problem. We can, for example, pass the output of this function into the integer function so that we convert, for example, whatever the output of the input function is to integer. And you're right, in this example, we can do so in this specific example, but that is not a valid solution for other examples. That is not a universal solution. You cannot use that solution for other examples. For example, what about passing 2.5? And now if I run the code, you can see now we get an error because the integer of a string 2.5 is not valid. So maybe you say, oh, there's a problem. We can convert this into a float function, but that is not a good solution. As you can see, yes, for this specific example that you want to pass 2.5, it's going to work, but that is not a universal solution. That is not a solution that is going to work for other scenarios as well. So the question is, what is the solution? What is a good solution so that it can handle different types of input? And the answer is the eval function, which means evaluate. But now let's explain. So first of all, let's run the code so that you can see it is working. So if I run the code and if I pass, for example, 2, and if I press enter, we can see the result is 4, which is true. And let's run the code again and let's pass 2.5, and if I press enter, you can see the result is 5. That's fine, it's working properly. And also let's pass a string, for example, I don't know, for example, David, a name. And as you know, in Python, when you multiply a string by a number, for example, when you multiply David by 2, it should repeat David 2 times. So if I press enter, you can see it is going to do the same thing, which I've explained. So it is working properly and there is no problem. But now maybe you ask, oh, why is it working like magically? What is the behind the scenes of all of this? So let me explain. For example, when you pass something like 5, the input function is going to put this inside quotations. So actually it is going to convert this into a string. And after that, when you pass that to the eval function, as you can see, we are passing the output of the input function to the eval function. So after that, when you pass this to the eval function, so the question is, what does eval function do? The eval function is going to drop the outer quotations. So in this case, it is going to drop all of this. And now it is going to return this one, which is 5. And after that, you store that into the X variable. Here's another example. When you pass, for example, 2.5, the input function is going to put that inside these quotations. And actually, it becomes a string. And after that, you are passing that to the eval function. And what the eval function is doing is that it is going to drop the outer quotations and it is going to output this one. And after that, you are storing that into the X variable. But here is the most important example. When you pass something like David, when you pass this, as I've told you, the input function is going to put whatever you input, whatever you give to the input function inside these quotations. So that's it. And now when you pass this to the eval function is going to drop the outer quotations. So in this case, it is going to drop these. And after that, it is going to output this one, which is string David. And after that, you are going to store that into the X variable. So that was the behind the scenes of all of this. But there is an important thing that if you don't pay attention to it, it is going to raise an error. For example, here, if I run the code, here if I pass David inside quotations and if I press enter, you can see everything is working fine and there is no problem. Everything is fine. But now, if I pass David without any quotations and if I press enter, you can see we get an error. It says name David is not defined. And maybe you ask why? What's the reason? So here is the explanation. When you're passing David, as I've told you, the input function is going to put this inside these quotations. And after that, you're passing that to the eval function. And what the eval function is doing is that it is going to drop the outer quotations. So it is going to drop all of this and it is going to output this, David, without any quotations. And you are storing this into the X variable. Actually, you are typing something like this, X is equal to David. You are not typing something like this, but you are typing something like this, which is X equals to David. So of course it is going to raise an error and it is going to say name David is not defined. That's the reason it is raising an error. This was one of the videos of a step-by-step tutorial playlist of Python. You can find the link to that playlist in the description below. And also we have other playlists for other topics which you can find them on the channel page.